as my grandmother would say, oh my Lord Jesus Christ, bless your heart, bless your heart. This man is saying that I need to do some research. Bruh, you need to go actually do some research. Because if you did some research, then you would know in Acts 4, when Peter is giving this wonderful sermon, the Pharisees and Sadducees are amazed at this, because they said in one of the last paragraphs of verse, I believe 3, that they were amazed that this uneducated, illiterate man could be able to preach the way he preached, because he was able to preach to the people in Greek. He did speak Greek. Preach to the people in Greek about the 25 different Hebrew Old Testament scriptures that talked about Jesus coming, the Messiah. They were amazed, flabbergasted, because a man who was a fisherman, who was illiterate, meaning that he couldn't read or write. Now, I lived in Germany for 3 years. I was able to speak German for a while, but 20 years later, I can't speak German. But guess what? I was never able to write German. After a few years, I couldn't even write French anymore after not using it. So bonjour, mon ami. But here's the thing. You tell me I need to go do some research because Peter wrote the Gospels of Jesus. Peter didn't write the Gospel of Jesus. That would be Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John. Those are the 4 Gospels, the Synoptic Gospels. Peter didn't write nothing. In Acts, who wrote Acts? Well, your church fathers, since about 170 AD, has attributed the writings of Acts to none other than Luke. Now, Luke was a doctor. Luke was a second generation person who spoke Greek and wrote Greek. He was educated, so it's plausible, if he existed, that he wrote it. But bruh, Peter was a fisherman. Because of Alexander the Greek coming through and Hellenizing that area, speaking Greek was a common thing in this part of the world. But being able to read Greek under the Roman government, for the Romans, it was more of the aristocrat, more of the higher ups that spoke and wrote Greek. It was a sign of culture that they spoke and wrote Greek. So therefore, it is highly, highly improbable that Peter wrote anything, since he was a fisherman, because fishermen didn't engage in that. They need to understand the fish. So bruh, you tell me I need to go do some research? Your church fathers disagree with you. Au revoir.